Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, coming to you with my next comic book haul video. Before we get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so. Tap the notification bell so that you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately. Today is probably May 28th, the last comic book day of the month. And the comic books that you'll be seeing are video or comic books. I keep wanting to say video. Comic books that have already been released. As I always say, I'm always behind on my books. But before we actually show the books, I wanted to show you guys this stunning comic book short box. This has artwork from the comic book series The Incredible Hulk. And I believe it's from issue number 25 with artwork by Nick Klein. And you see the Hulk and Thor on the cover there, and then a new character that's been introduced in this series. I don't know the name of the character. And then here's the top of the box. The back of the box also has the same artwork on it, but I'll turn it around just to show you guys. So it's the same artwork that's on the back. Again, this is artwork by Nick Klein. Okay. All right, so we'll move this out of the way and put the actual books up here. And here are the books. And the first book you see is The Incredible Hulk. This is issue number 25. And I have not been actually reading this series. I think I dropped off at issue number 3. Not from lack of interest, but lack of time, and in some cases lack of money. But in any case, I did pick this up at my LCS, which is one of them, of course, is Green Brain. And thank you, Green Brain. And I just want to show you, too, what's really cool about this cover. Let's see if we can get out the plastic back here. This is a wraparound cover. See? Spread it out there. And you see the exact same artwork that you've seen on the short box. As I said, I think I stopped around issue number 3 or 5 with this series. I'll probably end up getting the trade paperback. From the first few issues that I read, though, it was actually really good. This is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and as I mentioned, artwork by Nick Klein and Matthew Wilson. Okay. All right, so very cool there. Let's put this back up. Next up, we have issue number 1 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Let's see. And I should have said, though, that I'm starting off with Marvel Comics. Then we'll do DC, and then we'll do our independent comics. Really cool cover there. This is written by, who is it, Joe Kelly, I believe, and artist Pepe Larraz, and the color artist is Marte Gracia. And this also is a, let me show you. This is a wraparound cover. Okay. But I want to show you something else too really quick that's significant about this book. Let's just move these out of the way. Is I also have the short box to match the comic book. You know, it's like having a matching tie and matching socks, right? You know, if you're into that type of thing. So, very, very cool artwork there. And again, this is the artwork is by Pepe Larraz. Color artist is again Marte Gracia. So, and then here's the top of the box there. It says The Amazing Spider-Man. All right, okay. And actually has some books in here, so it's kind of heavy. All right, so let's put this back up here. And speaking of, again, The Amazing Spider-Man, I'm going to take a sip out of my Amazing Spider-Man coffee cup here. But I actually have tea in here instead of coffee. Let's see. Yum, yum. Now to help with my speaking voice. Okay. All right, let's move along here. let's see. Next up, we have continuation of a very exciting series that I've been reading. This is issue number 4 of One World Under Doom. And in this issue, we basically see Dormammu unleash his power and his fury against Doctor Doom, who he was definitely against, not necessarily Doctor Doom's being evil, but he does not want Doctor Doom to rule the world or the planet Earth, because he wants to rule planet Earth. So, of course, there's going to be conflict between these two. I've enjoyed the series tremendously so far. And it's very good, be very exciting to see Dormammu battling Doctor Doom. This is written by Ryan North, and artwork by R.B. Silva. Color artist is David Curiel, and the colors pop. They're very bright and enhanced in this book. Let me just show you some of the artwork from the pages here. I like to do that sometimes. Give credit to the artists and the hard work that they put into these books. Let's see. Yeah, so here's some of the interior art, if you can see that. Got a little glare going on there. Very nice. Very nice indeed. The reds, the greens, oranges, and purples. That's very nice. So there we go. Dormammu, as you can see there at the bottom. Dormammu versus Doom. Chapter 4. Okay, so let's put that up. He almost looks like a pumpkin head or something like that. But I like it, most definitely. Okay, next up we have a very beautiful cover of Ultimate Black Panther number 16. This is a variant edition. I actually wanted the T'Challa variant, but ended up getting the one with Shuri instead. But the one I originally ordered was supposed to be with T'Challa on it. But I'm not going to complain. I'm happy to get this one. This is written by Brian Hill. Artist is Carlos Nieto, if I'm saying his last name correctly. And the color artist is, again, David Curiel, who worked on the other book I just showed you. But yes, very beautiful artwork there. And I love that that kind of Wakandan African backdrop there. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then next up we get into some timeless variants. Of course, so this is artwork by Alex Ross. He's released several timeless variant books, and I'm actually going to do a comic book haul coming soon featuring Alex Ross artwork on it. This is a variant edition of One World Under Doom, and this is the character known as Nighthawk, if I'm correct, from the Squadron Supreme. And the writer of this story is Oliver North again. Okay. Here is another beautiful cover art of from Alex Ross, from again the timeless variant editions. This is issue number 4 of Thunderbolt's Doomstrike, if I'm correct. And on the cover here is Monica Rambeau. Also, she's the original female Captain Marvel. She was seen on WandaVision and the Marvels movie and What If, and also seen on Disney Plus. But this book has nothing to do with any of those aforementioned movies or television shows. This is written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. Artwork is by Tommaso Bianchi, if I'm correct. So yes, but another gorgeous piece of art there from Alex Ross, Monica Rambeau. And we have another timeless variant. This is X-Men number 16, written by Jed MacKay, with inkers Sean Parsons and J.P. Mayer, I believe, and someone named Livesay. Pencils are by Neto Diaz, colorist Furf Suentes Sujo, and Marte Garcia, and Ryan Stegman. Okay, and this is cover of the drawing of Miss Marvel, also known as Warbird. Beautiful there, love that. Like I said, eventually I'm going to do a comic book haul based off of Alex Ross Timeless Variants. And I'm not sure if I showed this in the last comic book haul that I did, but if I did, I'm showing it again. This is the from Rogue Savage Land issue number 3. And of course, that's the notable artwork of J. Scott Campbell. I love his artwork. This is a variant edition. And this is written by Tom Seeley. Artist for the regular cover art is Zulimo Scotto, I believe. It's Zulimo Scotto Lavina. And the color artist is Rochelle Rosenberg. If I showed this book previously, then please forgive me, because I can't recall if I did or did not. But it was in the short box, so I'm showing it again if I did. Let me get another sip of coffee here, because my voice is kind of dry. Not coffee, tea. All right. Okay, and that cover had a dinosaur on it, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. This cover has a very popular dinosaur on it. This is Godzilla versus Spider-Man, issue number 1, written by Joe Kelly. Artist is Nick Bradshaw, I believe, and the color artist is Rochelle Rosenberg again, who worked on the book that I just showed you. It continues Godzilla's rampage through several comic book venues, because again, he's not just in Marvel, he's in DC, IDW, and several other comic books. But yeah, this is I mentioned it with Joe Kelly, written by Joe Kelly. Yes, very nice there. And we have some of the Japanese writing right here. Very cool. The interior artwork is okay, but the story is fun. I like the story a lot. And then next up, we get into a very popular comic book series under the Marvel brand. This is Storm. I have issues number 7 and 8. The writer, hopefully I'm not going to slaughter this name, is Murawa Ayadele. Murawa Ayadele, if I'm correct. The artist is Luciano Vecchio. The color artist is Alex Guimaraes and Fierce Cifuentes Sujo. If I'm pronouncing all those names correctly, I hope I am. Hopefully I didn't slaughter them. Please forgive me if I did. But this is issue number 7. Then on the back we have issue number 8, which features Storm. And this is the 50th anniversary of Storm. To my understanding, here's the logo here, if you can see that. Let's see, we'll raise the camera just a tad. Yeah, so the 50th anniversary celebrating Storm. And I think this is like her 5th or 6th solo series. So yeah, this is receiving a lot of positive commentary in the comic book community. So there we go. Issue 7 and 8 of Storm. Next up, we get a second printing of Daredevil Cold Day in Hell issue number 1 by Charles Soule and artist Steve McNiven. That's a pretty cool cover there. I like that. And again, this is the second printing. This is issue number 1 of a 3-part series. I do believe issue number 2 is out, but I'm gonna have to check with my LCS so I can get it in my pull list for my next comic book haul that I do. All right. Next up in the Marvel line, we have Sam Wilson. I think this is the last book that I picked up in the Marvel line. This is Sam Wilson Captain America issue number 5. Writers Greg Pak, Evan Narcisse, I believe. Also Edir Messias. Color artist is Fear Cifuentes Sujo, who was the artist also on Storm that I just showed you. These guys have been doing double duty, man, on these comic books. Very good. Okay, so that ends the comic books for Marvel. We're going to get these out of the way, and next up we'll have DC. DC Comics as well as some independent comics. I don't have very many DC Comics in this line, in this haul rather. But first up, we have Gotham Sirens from the DC Connect, issue number 60. This covers comic books that are coming out from May through July. It says here in the cover, the Sirens are back in a new weekly event series by Leah Williams and Hanning. This is part of the All In series. Okay, so for those who are interested in all of the DC comic books that are coming out between May and July, here you go. This is part of the DC Connect. You can get this at your LCS, local comic book shop, for free. But I always encourage you, when you go to your comic book shop, definitely buy a comic book. Support small business, to support small businesses. And then next up, something I've been really bragging about, when it comes to DC comic books with their foil covers. This is a foil cover of Supergirl issue number 1, and for the foil artist, there's also a regular cover that's in this book. Let me just pull out and show it to you. If I can. Let's see. And again, they've been killing it, man, with these foil covers. All year they have. Last year they did too, but this is really just it's beautiful. Very, very pretty. Very shiny. I love that gold background. Yellow gold background. Okay, so you have Supergirl. And you open it up, and here's the regular cover here. That you'll see on shelves. The interior art, though, I'm not that crazy about. The interior art is okay. The story is pretty good, but I just love having these foil prints, man, that, that DC continues to come out with. It's written by Sophie Campbell. She's actually the writer, artist, and cover artist. But as I said, the interior art is okay. I really wanted to get this because of it being a foil print. And of course, I do like Supergirl too. So then next up, I think this is the final issue of Creature Commandos. Yes, this is issue number 6 of 6 from the DC horror line. And I've enjoyed this book tremendously. This is a really good series. Very, very well written. It's written by David Dashomachian. Artist is Jesus Hervayas and Alex Guimaras, if I'm correct. If I'm slaughtering those names, please forgive me. But yes, so this is issue number 6 of 6 of DC Horror Line, or DC Horror Presents Creature Commandos. Highly recommended reading. Now we get into our independent comics, into the Spawn universe. Let me take another sip of tea. So yes, now we get into the Spawn universe. This is issue number 44 from Image Comics. And this is card stock. Beautiful cover there. Beautiful cover. I don't know the names. Let me see if I can open this up. I can get, because I don't recall the names of the writers. I always like to give the names of the writers and artists. Give them their credit. Rory McConneville and Todd McFarlane. The artist is Yildire Sinar. And the interior artwork is okay. It's okay. But I really love the covers. Usually all the Spawn covers usually kill it. They're usually very, very well done. And continuing in the Spawn universe, we have the main storyline, which is Spawn itself. This is issue number 363, and all the Spawn books are, of course, card stock. This one's $3.99. The one before that was just $2.99. This is written by Todd McFarlane with artwork by the infamous Brett Booth. The interior arts panels are beautiful. They're dark. And the other panel, it's kind of like mixed. Some of the panels are kind of mediocre. Others are very well done. No offense, of course, to Brett Booth. And that doesn't take anything away from the book. I want to show you a few of the pages that I was impressed by in this book. Let's see if I can show those to you. This page right here, definitely very nice. And then these other two pages, you can see those. Very nicely drawn. And I love the color rather, on those pages, on those panels. Okay. Moving right along, still in the Spawn universe, we have Scorched, issue number 40. Still at the $2.99 cover price and card stock. And this book, if I'm correct, this was written by Joe Layman and Todd McFarlane. Artwork, the interior artwork is by Steven Segovia. And it has a very Japanime-like feel to it. I'll show you the artwork from this book too, to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about, the interior art. It looks very, very Japanime, like in terms of style. See that there? All right, nicely done, nicely drawn. I especially like that, the illumination of those lights in the background on that panel. Let's see. Show you just one or two more pages. All right. Can you get an idea of what I'm talking about? So, Scorched, issue number 40, again still at the $2.99 cover price, and as I said, card stock. Still in the Spawn universe. Here's Sam & Twitch, issue number 13. One of my favorite books in the Spawn universe line. This is Case Files, issue number 13, written by I think it's Jordan Burrell and Todd McFarlane. This is one of my favorite murder mystery thrillers from the supernatural world of Spawn. The art is by Thomas Nachalik, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's a kind of Art Deco or Art Nouveau feel on the interiors. But I'm not going to show the interiors on this one because we want to move along here. But anyway, Sam & Twitch, issue number 13. Next up, from Dynamite Comics, The World of Thundercats. This is written by Declan Shalvey with artist Drew Moss. The covers on these books for Thunderbolts is absolutely fantastic. The cover art is incredible. They're almost portrait worthy, but the interior artwork is okay. But the stories are good. But I've loved the cover art for Thundercats, and of course this is nostalgic when it comes to Thundercats, because this is a series I enjoyed as a kid. I also enjoyed this series as a kid. This is Speed Racer, written by David Pepose and David Tinto, I believe. This is from Free Comic Book Day. I picked this up. Artwork by Mark Russell and Chris Batista, if I'm correct. Yeah, well, I am correct. It says it right on the cover. And I'm just going to show you the artwork, the interior artwork from this book too, because I think the artwork, the interiors are very well done. So, just a couple of pages. Very high octane, and the covers are very bright, and they pop from the pages. It's almost like looking at a cartoon on paper. Okay. You can see that there. Well done. Well done. Bravo to the artists. And then next up, one of my favorite monsters from the Godzilla universe, or Monsterverse. This is Mothra, issue number 2, Queen of the Monsters. Again, from the Godzilla universe. And this is a story by Sophie Campbell, with artwork by Matt Frank and Sophie Campbell. Okay, and this is off of the IDW comic book line. I think issue number 3 might be out. I'm not for sure. Last but not least, the former flagship comic of Boom Studios, or still current, I'm not sure. Depends on, where the interest in, because a lot of the fandom of this book has kind of waned off. I still like it though, and of course I'm still collecting this book. This is written by James Tynion IV, from their horror thriller saga line, Something is Killing the Children. And it looks like Boom Studios is celebrating their 20th anniversary. You can see on the cover there, that big 20. Let's see. You see that there? Boom Studios 20th. All right. So that's it. That's all, y'all. That's all the comic books that I've collected so far for this comic book week, the last week of May. I hope that you've enjoyed this haul. Please like, share, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to get more videos like this as I post them immediately. Thank you all for joining me. Read a comic book. Support your local LCS, local comic book store. They definitely need your business. All right, thank you all again. Peace, love, and hair grease.